ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
The Burr months are almost here, and while there are many things to look forward to this season, it also means the monsoon months come with a number of diseases that we need to protect ourselves from. We need to prepare as early as now to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe as well as protected. And on the program today, we'll talk more about these monsoon diseases and how best to safeguard ourselves against them. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez, and welcome to MedTalk Health Talk on CNN Philippines. As the weather gets a little cooler than usual, there are several rainy season diseases to watch out for. And what are these diseases and how can we protect ourselves from them? Let's welcome our guest for today. With us is Dr. Ferdy de Guzman, infectious disease specialist from the San Lazaro Hospital. And we're also joined by Dr. Rosalie Fuentes de la Rosa, who practices pediatrics. Now, among all rainy season diseases, many of you are probably most familiar with dengue. It's one of the most widespread diseases during these months in our country. So I'll start the discussion kay Dr. Ferdy. Dr. Ferdy, ano bang kailangan malaman ng ating mga viewers pagdating sa dengue?
So vector-borne po ito, so sa mosquito po ito nanggagaling. And the government has been very, very active po sa campaign against this disease because it has caused a lot of deaths before. So nothing much has changed about the disease except very important po i-emphasize pa rin ng government ang 4S po. Ito po ang ating moves against the spread of dengue.
Bago nagkaroon ng pandemic, lahat ng mga may lagnat is considered dengue until proven otherwise. But dengue is still around, so we still need to be careful for it. Now, dengue is a disease caused by any one of 4 closely related types of dengue viruses. And as of now, there's still no cure for it, but treatment is towards symptom relief. Dr. Sally, could you tell us about some of the signs and symptoms that may point to a person having dengue?
So when we say dengue, the most common signs and symptoms of such includes yung intermittent fever or yung pabalik-balik na lagnat which may last for 2 to 7 days. Some patients may also exhibit yung mga muscle and joint pains, yung pagsakit ng mga kasukasuan, and others may also feel yung mga pain behind the eyes, masakit yung mata nila, and there may also be associated na bleeding from the gums, nose, and even sa stool. Some may also experience loss of appetite or yung kawalan ng gana kumain at pagsakit ng tiyan, and also skin rashes.
If you're feeling any of these symptoms, telehealth is readily available for you. Dengue infection can get progressively worse, so early detection ang kailangan. These types of symptoms, Dr. Sally, some people may automatically think na meron silang COVID-19. Ano yung mga symptoms ng dengue na talagang bukod tangi sa dengue?
To distinguish them apart, since overlapping yung symptoms nila, is to get the diagnostic test specific for those diseases. That way, we can tell them apart, we can objectively and accurately diagnose the patient. Kapag may kahit isang symptom pa lang, the best thing to do while waiting to be tested is to isolate themselves kasi hindi pa sure kung ano yung pinakasakit nila, whether dengue pa talaga or COVID-19.
Now, another mosquito-borne disease that has quickly evolved in our country is malaria. Now, Dr. Ferdy, anong mga simptomas ang pwedeng makita sa isang tao na may malaria?
With malaria po, there is a cycle. So fever, chills, diaphoresis. So in other words, ano po itong diaphoresis? Pinagpapawisan po. So cold, clammy perspiration. So pareho po siya ng, let's say, COVID, ng nasabi ni Dr. Dengue, but may cycle po. So every 3 days, pwede siyang cyclic, periodic, every 4 days. When it comes to malaria, dapat po may history of travel sa endemic areas. You don't find malaria in the heart of Metro Manila.
Okay, I think you bring up a good point, Dr. Ferdy, that malaria is very unlikely to be seen here in populated areas, urban areas. Why is that so? Meron kayang kinalaman ito sa type of vector at yung kung saan niya gustong manirahan?
the scientists discovered an additional species po sa list of mosquitoes responsible for malaria. So lima na po yun, but fortunately, the mosquitoes cannot breed in Metro Manila. Kaya nga po, identify na lang po ang selected areas in the Philippines, Palawan, and I think some towns of Rizal. So this is actually the most difficult to treat, and it has high fatality rate if untreated po.
Now, apart from mosquito-borne illnesses, a number of rainy season diseases in our country are due to improper solid waste disposal. It's also a common pastime to wade in flooded waters here at home, and among these diseases is leptospirosis. Dr. Ferdy, please explain kung ano ang leptospirosis. Anong dapat malaman ng ating mga viewers?
Ang leptospirosis po, again, nakukuha po ito sa baha. A lot of our kababayans already know that. Sasabihin po ng iba, wala po akong sugat. Paano ako nagka-lepto? Wala akong sugat. Usually po, yung mga dry skin natin sa paa can be an entrance for leptospira. But the common advice, of course, is pag umulan po, lalo na ngayon, monsoon rains, yung unang baha po, that's the one at the highest risk for leptospira. Kasi ito yung mga natambak na basura sa mga estero po, and if it rains, they get loosened up, and yan po ang lumulutang sa baha. So yung mga workers po, when they go to the office, ang advice lang po namin is wash when you reach home.
Given that contaminated water might be hard to avoid for many people here at home, what is the best way to prevent leptospirosis, Dr. Sally?
The best way to prevent leptospirosis is of course to avoid swimming, yung pagligo, and even yung wading sa potentially contaminated floodwaters or yung paglusong sa baha. And if it's inevitable or wading in flood cannot be prevented, best to wear protective clothing or footwear such as raincoat and boots. Getting infected is highly likely if the person who waded or yung lumusong sa baha has an open wound or may mga dry cracked skin. And lastly, and most importantly, always maintain cleanliness in the house to ensure proper control of rodents or rats infestation.
These are only a few diseases we need to protect ourselves from. When we return, we'll continue with our discussion on other monsoon diseases. Stay with us here on Med Talk Health Talk. You're watching CNN Philippines. Today, we're talking about monsoon diseases and how we can protect ourselves and our loved ones from them, especially in the middle of this pandemic. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Welcome back to Med Talk Health Talk, your partner in healthcare. Just like many monsoon diseases, typhoid fever is a disease caused by improper sanitation. Dr. Ferdy, let's talk about typhoid fever. Ano ba ito? Saan ba nakukuha ito?
Typhoid fever po is a food. You have to be careful of the food that you take, again, because food may be contaminated. Mostly fecal oral typhoid fever.
Because typhoid fever usually spreads through yung feces or urine ng mga taong infected nito. And there are a few other factors that can make you more vulnerable to it. Dr. Sally, let's emphasize to our viewers 3 or 5 factors that they need to be mindful of to protect themselves against typhoid.
So the risk is higher in population with lack of access to safe water and adequate sanitation. The risk is also greater if you travel to endemic areas with poor sanitation, poor hygiene, and proximity to yung mga flying insects like yung mga langaw. Kaya we always advise our patients to avoid yung mga eating street foods which can be potentially contaminated since yung mga street foods, di ba, they are more commonly left uncovered. And even yung consumption or pagkain natin ng mga raw and contaminated fruits and vegetables can also be a risk factor. That's why it's important to wash thoroughly or hugasan po natin maigi ang mga fruits and vegetables before eating them and cook our food well and use food cover. That way, flies can be prevented from contaminating eradicating them. Risk factor din yung pagiging isang healthcare worker who handles directly specimen for mga typhoid fever.
Now, many of you have probably experienced diarrhea at one point. It's usually just mild and mainly affects probably young children below 5 years old. But Dr. Sally, when is diarrhea a cause for concern?
So, most cases of diarrhea naman are self-limiting or they resolve by themselves. However, in cases of severe diarrhea, meaning you have more than 10 episodes of loose stools in a day, or diarrhea presents with fluid losses having greater than the oral intake, meaning mas marami siyang nilalabas kaysa sa naiinom, that can lead to dehydration, which is a life-threatening concern or if left untreated. So, lalo na sa children, dehydration is particularly dangerous. So, warning signs for diarrhea which can be causes of concern includes yung mga diarrhea that lasts for more than 24 hours, even if you already started your treatment, excessive thirst or uhaw na uhaw ang bata with dry mouth, sunken eyeballs, and some may also present with pag kinurot mo sila or if you pinch their skin, hindi siya bumabalik for less than 2 seconds. So, that's also a warning sign. And even yung mga passage of bloody stools or fever na high grade, those are mga particular causes of concern natin.
And if you have diarrhea or LBM, drink at least 8-ounce glasses of water each day. Advice to this is you drink these in small sips. So tuloy-tuloy but small sips to give rest to your stomach and its hyperactivity. During the monsoon time, this is very common. The Department of Health reports that at least 480,000 Filipinos are affected by the flu each year. Now, the flu is a highly contagious respiratory illness that infects the nose, the throat, as well as the lungs. Dr. Ferdy, how is this usually treated ba kapag ang isang tao ay may trangkaso? Okay ba dito ang paglo-load up, pagdo-double, triple dose, quadruple dose ng vitamin C?
We tell our patients if they have a case of ILI, meaning influenza-like illness po. So pag sabi namin sipon-sipon lang, masakit ang katawan mo, sa trangkaso lang yan, pahinga lang po sa bahay, rest, and lots of fluids and vitamin C. But nowadays po is much complicated, lalo na if you go to the hospitals. Kasi po pareho po sila ng mga influenza-like illnesses. But in this case, pag sigurado tayo na trangkaso na, of course, paracetamol lang po, vitamin C and pahinga. But if you have yourselves checked and it turns out to be positive for COVID, ibang usapan na po yan. Pero sila po, kasama po yan sila sa ini-screen ngayon in the fever lines po ng DOH.
For some people, the change in season might also mean mga allergies. The rainy season usually brings about common allergens such as pollen, dust mites, as well as mold. Now, this allergic reaction is called allergic rhinitis or allergic rhinosinusitis. Now, Dr. Sally, how can we know if we're sensitive sa mga allergens na ito? No? Ano yung mga symptoms naman na pwedeng maramdaman kapag may allergic rhinitis ang isang tao?
Okay, so when we say allergic rhinitis, it is an allergic response to a specific allergen or allergens. It is usually caused when our body overreacts to a certain allergen like pollen, dust, or molds. Common signs of allergens includes yung very common is yung sneezing or yung pagbahing more than the usual, runny nose or yung passage of watery nasal discharge, and also they may also present with itchy or dry eyes na makati yung mata nila. Some may also have dry or tickly cough, yung kumakati po ang lalamunan nila, and occasionally with sore throat and cough. Yung cough naman nila, hindi siya nagpe-persist. It's more of with particular timing of the day dahil brought about by the post-nasal drip. So, ang difference niya with allergic rhinitis, definitely you won't have fever and you won't have mga muscle pains like those na nakikita natin sa other illnesses.
Now that we know about these prevalent monsoon diseases, what's the best defense against them? We'll discuss this after a short break. We want to be your partner for a lifetime of good health, so stay with us on CNN Philippines. I'm Dr. Dr. Freddy Gomez, and this is Med Talk Health Talk, where your health comes first. If you find yourself getting sick this rainy season, don't panic. Sometimes it can be prevented, but there are so many steps you can take to protect yourself from all of these viruses. From frequent hand washing to staying hydrated and getting immunization shots or prescriptions, we'll discuss all of these right now. So your first and best line of defense against viruses is to choose a healthy lifestyle. This is the best way to naturally keep your immune system strong. Dr. Sally, can you give us some tips to strengthen our immune system?
Our first line of defense is really to choose a healthy lifestyle. It is the single best step we can take to naturally keep our immune system working properly. So our body functions better when we are protected from environmental assaults and reinforced further if we take yung mga healthy living strategies such as avoiding smoking or other vices, eating nutritious food, staying hydrated, taking our daily doses of vitamins, exercising regularly, and getting adequate sleep, and as much as possible, try to minimize yung mga unnecessary stress. We must also update our immunization since vaccines are there to prime our immune system to fight off diseases even before they enter our body. So all of this play vital roles in fighting off diseases and strengthening our immune system.
Now, never underestimate what eating healthy, exercising regularly, and getting enough rest can do for your body. Now, vitamins and supplements are also a good way to boost one's immunity. Now, while most vitamins can be taken at any time of the day, some vitamins are actually better absorbed under certain conditions. Dr. Ferdy, what are some of the vitamins na dapat tinitake ng ating mga viewers?
What is very important nowadays is vitamin C plus zinc. Well, for the senior citizens, they have maybe antioxidants more, vitamins with antioxidants. Of course, different from the needs of those of young adults who go out to work, okay, who commute, because seniors have to stay at home, so less activity now. Of course, for children, another set of vitamins. So it depends on the age group and to the call of the physician. But I would still advise, eating healthy food. Okay, so not so much with the vitamins because we are a culture who depended so much on vitamins. I would prefer we eat the right food and sleep.
It is actually more ideal to get your vitamins as well as any other nutrients doon sa pagkain na tinitake mo. Ngayon, going with what Dr. Ferdy said, Dr. Sally, meron ba tayong good sources ng vitamins pagdating sa pagkain?
Yes, there are. Aside from the usual na over-the-counter vitamin C supplements we can purchase from drugstores, it can also be found in many foods, particularly sa fruits and vegetables. So, the top sources of vitamin C are citrus fruits, yung oranges, kiwi, cantaloupes or melon, strawberries, even peppers, tomatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, and potatoes. So basically, madali naman silang hanapin among sa mga groceries and even sa mga stores natin.
Yes, that's right. So hindi dapat maging mahal para kumain ng masustansya. So try to incorporate these foods into your daily diet as much as possible. And we also continue to remind you to always wash your hands and practice minimum health standards. Let's all work together to keep safe from these monsoon diseases as well as COVID-19. With that, I'd like to thank infectious disease specialist Dr. Ferdy de Guzman and pediatrician Dr. Rosalie Fuentes de la Rosa for guiding us today with this topic. We hope our conversation was very helpful to our viewers. Choose well and choose to be healthy. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Stay safe and we'll see you again next time.
Loren Legarda po. 18 years akong senador at nagsulong ng mga batas na nakakatulong sa mga nangangailangan.
Free college education law.
Para sa aming edukasyon.
MSME law.
Batas para sa aming kabuhayan.
Climate Change Act.
Mga batas para sa kalikasan at climate change.
Mga batas na ginawa ko na napapakinabangan ngayon. Sana makatulong pa ako sa mas marami.